All right, man, I got about 10, 15 reasons why Costa Rica is going to find it very difficult to enforce the vaccine mandates, which are coming up January 8th in full force. We're going to get to that in a minute. Now, obviously, I am talking mostly to unvaccinated people, but I think even you vaccinated people this might be a good FYI, man. Why do I make this video? Because if Costa Rica is on the map, whether you just want to visit and vacation or you want to live here, you need solid information so you can make a decision whether Costa Rica is even right for you. Nobody else is going to make this video. All right. Nobody's going to tell you the things I'm about to tell you. I guarantee you that. We're going to get to it in a minute. Man. Okay, I promise I won't keep drinking coffee, man. This microphone is so good, it picks up way too many bodily functions. Ugh. All right, in a minute. Hey guys, I'm Michael Allen, TravelCostaRicaNow.com. TravelCostaRicaNow.com is a travel agency. Go to TravelCostaRicaNow.com. Fill out the 4-minute form. You'll be that much closer to the vacation of a lifetime. We're like you, all of you. We're like best friends who live in Costa Rica, who know Costa Rica, totally hooking up your Costa Rica vacation. Hey man, you think YouTube helps me when you subscribe? I like when you subscribe, but they don't care and they're not going to tell you when I put up another video. If you want to see the new vaccine mandates, the entry requirements, the travel tips, the expat interviews, all the videos we do, which are a lot of different topics, hit the notification bell. That way, you'll be notified when we put up a new video, and then you can go, I don't want to watch that one, or I want to watch that one. All right, man, let's get into it. This is going to be good stuff. So what's going to happen? January 8th, it's going to hit the fan. That's when the vaccine mandates go into full force. That's when almost all businesses, we're going to get into all the specifics, all businesses are going to require, they're going to check to see if you're vaccinated before you can get in their establishment, their hotel, their bar, their casino, their adventure tour, their soccer game, all of it. So they're going to be checking vaccine mandates January 8th. Now, what you need to know is even January 8th and after, you do not have to be vaccinated to get into Costa Rica. You do not have to be vaccinated. Now, you'll have to show traveler's insurance. You will have to show traveler's insurance for your length of time, but you do not have to be vaccinated. But so when you get in the country after January 8th, you can get in, but you can't do anything. But we'll see about that. Okay, we're going to see about that. Now, what is proof of vaccination? Now, my sources are a vaccinated individual be verified by their health pass and their QR code showing their vaccination, or a printed vaccination certificate. So those two ways. I want you guys to keep some things in mind as I'm talking, because these things I'm going to say here in a minute are going to apply almost throughout the video, and they're very important to keep in mind, okay? The first thing is most people will be vaxxed. That's great, you get vaxxed. A lot of you guys should be vaxxed. You should be, and for whatever reason, you decide to be vaxxed, vax. Small percentage of us have a problem with it, but whatever. Not bagging on vaccinated people at all, do you? So most people will be vaxxed. Remember, the essential businesses, this is important, the essential businesses, grocery stores, banks, pharmacies, hospitals, clinics, you do not have to show that you've been vaccinated to get into those essential places. It's important. Those are the main places I go. Okay, but we'll get to that in a minute. Most TICOs, that's what they call themselves down here, TICOs, it's not a pejorative, will assume you are vaccinated. They will. If you told them you weren't vaccinated, they'd be like, why not? What's the problem? They don't even understand. They don't follow the United States. They don't follow the Fauci stuff, or people, the problems that some of the unvaccinated people have, in the United States about the vaccine. So they don't follow that. They're vaccinated. Like it just came out, I don't know, yesterday or so, they're going to start vaccinating their kids. They've always been on board with the vaccination. If the government, if the government says jump, they kind of jump here for the most part. All right, whatever. So they won't understand why you're not vaxxed, but they won't care. See, this is the great thing about it. They may not understand it, but they don't care. They will not care that you're like not vaxxed. You have to remember that Ticos, okay, this is a stereotype about the Tico culture, but it's also a true stereotype about the Tico culture for the most part. I've lived here 16 years, I know. They are non-confrontational. They don't want a problem for the most part. If they're going to do anything, it'd be passive-aggressive, but they are non-confrontational as a general rule, okay? That's very important. We're going to get to that a little bit more in a minute. Okay, so I also want you to, okay, San Jose is a big city. Pretty much a lot of people fly into San Jose. It's a big city, but for this video, I want you to consider San Jose not even a part of Costa Rica, okay? Don't even think of them as a part of Costa Rica, but we are going to get into San Jose a little bit in a little bit, so hold on. Okay, so Costa Rica, I don't know if they're known for making laws. I don't know if they're really good at laws, but they kind of make some laws. But you know when they make laws here, they have a hard time getting the memo out. They don't tell you the details of the law they just did, how they're going to enforce the law they just made, the nuances of this law. They'll make it, but man, there's no information about it. And a lot of people won't get the memo for the next reason. The tourism board said that about 90% of the tourism related things, the little sodas, the restaurants, the mom and pops, the little eco lodges, the, you know, this and that, that's 90%. Like once you get out of San Jose, that's 90% of the tourism business, and that's what's going to be hit the hardest. Now the tourism board, if you don't know, is trying to push back. They talked to President Alvarado and said, please push back these mandate vaccines at least till April after the high season. The high season starts December 1st. December, January, February, March are very big here. People are trying to recover. They're already in an economic situation. So the tourism board is trying to get the president to push back. And with fingers crossed, I will let you know if that does happen. I'm not really sure if it will or not. So where are we at? Oh, okay. So 90% small business. Remember that. Now, what I think is happening, I really do believe this vaccine mandate is somewhat of a bluff. And it's on a bluff in the same level. Okay, in the United States, we have President Biden, and he's kind of doing a bluff, I think, too. So any businesses that have over 100 people, he's going to mandate they have vaccines, and if they don't, they're going to be fined, they're going to be this, they're going to be that, and it's stupid. You guys can get mad if you want. I'm not pro-Biden or pro any political party. That will be seen as unconstitutional and will never take effect. I guarantee you that. Whatever you can complain all you want, I'm telling you that's not, it's unconstitutional on so many levels. Now in Costa Rica, it's not unconstitutional. That's not the bluff. The bluff is Costa Rica can't enforce it and they know it. And that's the bluff. So they're doing the same thing Biden's doing. They want the businesses to enforce this. They want the businesses to do the dirty work in the policing. And that's what they're doing in Costa Rica as far as enforcement. They're just hoping the businesses get on board. You know what I mean? They're going to have a very difficult time. Even if they do, let's say gangbusters, they enforce it. It's not sustainable here. It is not sustainable for any length of time. And that's where I think the bluff is. You know, they've been on board with the vaccines from day one, like I said. So that's not the issue, and I'm not saying it's unconstitutional here at all. So the bluff is the enforcement. Okay, what do we got? We're outside of San Jose. No, let's go back to San Jose. So what's in San Jose? What are the businesses that this is going to affect, especially as it pertains to tourism? So you got hotels, you got bars, you got casinos, prostitution, shopping malls, museums, theaters, soccer games, big events, Coldplay concert, spas, pretty much everything. Now, we're in San Jose. If you're going to a casino in San Jose, it's probably tied to prostitution. And you're probably about 60 years old, fat, overweight, and you're probably pervy, and you probably are vaccinated. And you don't listen to my videos anyway, and I'm sorry I shouldn't have said you were fat. That's a joke, guys. That's a joke. If you're coming to Costa Rica to do casinos and all that, you know, whatever, maybe go to Vegas. But most people don't come here to do that thing. Now, are you really going to go to a shopping? So you're going to take your vacation day and go to a shopping mall to buy your skinny jeans? They have the big malls here in San Jose. You can go to a big mall and shop. What the okay, so not really doing that. Museums, I've been to all the museums. I'm not saying that they're not bad to go to. We enjoyed our little roaming around on those, but I'm sure they'll be checking. I'm sure they'll be checking for vaccinations. But again, I'm going to get into the non-confrontational thing here again in a second. But and you got theaters, you got the bigger hotels, you got the bigger bars. What I'm trying to say is most people, they might come to San Jose for a minute because of their airline, you know, the time they flew in or they're flying out and they maybe roam around San Jose for a minute. But most people, I would say 95% at least, my clients want to go to the beach, want to surf, want to see the jungle, want to see the whales, want to see the animals, want to see that, and they're getting out of San Jose, and that's my point. Get out of San Jose. It's going to be a different animal in this mandate vaccine world. All right? So now we're out of San Jose. We have a non-confrontational culture. We have about 90% of the businesses are small, family run, little eco lodges. Like I said, even the massage people, all the sodas, all that kind, tour companies, all of it, small business for the most part. Now, I live in a tourist town, and there's tourist towns, La Fortuna, Tamarindo, Manuel Antonio. You don't think we got hundreds of hotels, hundreds of adventure tours, big and small. We have Airbnbs, which may even be another option so you don't have to mess around with the hotels. But you think these little mom and pops that are trying to recover, your family of five comes up, and they're gonna go, oh, I'm sorry, we're not gonna take your $700. I don't think it's gonna happen. I don't think that's gonna happen. And if that happens there, I think the one across the street will take you, if you're kind of getting my drift. So in the tourist towns, I think you have a million options. Even if some are on board with, you're not vaccinated, you're not coming in here, I think, you know, you're going to have other options. And like I said in other videos, I think at some point, even those people will think it's ridiculous after a time to even be asking. Okay, so non-confrontational, 90% of small, outside of San Jose. I think most people checking whether you're vaccinated by certificate or QR code, they want an excuse to let you in. They want an excuse, they don't want trouble. Now, here's what's going to happen with that. There are unscrupulous people out there, tourists from all around the world, that will maybe print a fake copy of the vaccination certificate. And maybe this person, this waiter, the girl running her mom's soda doesn't know what's accepted, what's not. Yeah, go ahead. And there's some other unscrupulous people that might say things like, oh my God, I come here, I got all my stuff stolen, and you're just gonna make my vacation worse by, you know, I'm vaccinated, but I can't prove it. You see what I'm saying? There's unscrupulous people out there, and there's probably a million excuses they could come up with that would be accepted by the person that just doesn't really care. He wants you to come in. He just wants an excuse to let you in. That's my thought. Okay, so again, adventure tours is my only, you know, I work with a lot of adventure companies, big and small. There's big rafting companies, big zipline companies. There's little rafting companies and little zipline companies. There's family owned, there's corporation owned, but there's a lot of them. I think there's like, I believe 17 zipline companies in La Fortuna alone. That's just La Fortuna, it doesn't include Monteverde and all those. So I just believe, for the other reasons I mentioned, that again, I just think you're gonna have options. So now let's say you're outside of tourist towns and you're just cruising. You're not in San Jose, but you're going through places like San Ramon or Ciudad Quesada, San Carlos, you know, some of the little towns, and you stop by a soda, you stop by the restaurant, you stop by to get a beer. I just don't see that checking your vaccination status happening. It could. All right, so, okay, now let's talk about perpetual tourists for a minute. Perpetual tourists are people that live in Costa Rica but are not residents. They have to leave every 90 days to get their passport stamped out and back in. I was a perpetual tourist for like 12 years. I got a lot of friends, still perpetual tourists, 15 years, 20 years, 25 years. That is not a joke. Now, perpetual tourists have nothing to worry about. I'm a resident, but I'm not vaccinated. So, okay, if I can get into the grocery store, the pharmacy, the bank, the hospital, the clinic, I'm pretty good to go. I've done 1 million zip lines. I've rafted 1 million rivers here, and I'm not doing that. And most perpetual tourists aren't either. They live here, they run their life. They get up in the morning, they go to the store to get their stuff. They might get a beer in the afternoon at their favorite bar that will still give them that beer. Go to their favorite restaurant because they're planting their garden during the day or writing their book or painting their, masterpiece. So perpetual tourism basically have nothing to worry about. And the only thing they would have to worry about is if they ever mandated the vaccine to actually get in Costa Rica. And there's no word of that yet. There's no word of that yet. That's it. That's it, man. See, the worst thing, I wish I could tell you 100% if you're thinking about visiting as a tourist, yeah, come on down. You're not going to have a problem. I can't say that 100%. I wish I could, because what if you're here January 8th and, I don't know, they've got Gestapo outside of every restaurant. I don't know. So I wish I could tell you that you could still come and not worried if you're unvaccinated, but I can't, unfortunately. So I totally understand why you'd cancel. I get it. I mean, you're coming to another country. You maybe haven't been on a vacation since COVID, and you don't want those worries. I get it, but I'm just hoping this this information gave you information to think about in a way that you can make a well-informed decision. That's it. All right, guys. I'm Michael Allen, travelcostaricanow.com. Peace, guys. Hope it helps, man. Things are going to pop up. Thinking about living or traveling anywhere, man. Do your homework and watch our videos, man. No one's making this video for you. Nobody is making this video for you. Anyway, guys, happy Sunday. Have a good one.